Good morning, dears, and welcome to Super Coaching for UPSC by Textbook. And I am Pradeep, your economy mentor, and today we meet here to discuss one of the very important topic of Indian economy, that is unemployment, and this is the topic which affects most of the individuals in India. So this is very important for general perspective as well as from UPSC point of view. And the UPSC is repeatedly asking questions in mains from this topic. So let's start our today's session, and I welcome you all in our today's session. So, but before the starting, let me tell you that we are going to start our NIRNAY IAS 2020-25 batch, and this is completely English medium, and this is English medium super batch first. This is very first batch for English medium, and we are giving huge discount. We are giving huge discount for this batch, and this huge discount is 69,000. That means the cost of the course is 1,99,999, but we are providing it only 69,279. So that means we are giving huge discount on this course, just to that means the students who are appearing for 2025 prelims 2025, it is great opportunity for them to avail this the huge discounts. Okay, although the fee of this course is 1,99,999, but we are providing it in just 69,279. So there is huge discount, and this is great opportunity to get your goal, and this can be instrumental. This batch can be instrumental to achieve your goal. Okay, and so I request all the pupils to join this and to avail this opportunity, and this opportunity is limited, that means for 2 more days. That means it is only up to 31st. So that means whosoever want to enroll, they can enroll before 31st or up to 31st. So it is great opportunity, and I request all of you to enroll in this course to have the holistic preparation, and we will provide each and everything in this batch. So let's start our batch. That means let's start our today's session, and today we meet here. Good morning, dear. Good morning, Ravi Kumar. So today we meet here to discuss unemployment. So first we will try to understand this concept of unemployment in layman terms. So what is the meaning of unemployment? That means when we talk about the unemployment as per economics, or as per the definition of economics, the unemployment is different from what common people understood unemployment. That in case of definition, as per the definition of economics, unemployment is a condition in which individual is able to do work, means that individual has the skills to do work and has the willingness to do work at a prevailing price basis, but still do not find job. That is the meaning of unemployed. Unemployment in case of economics. When we talk about, I will explain it, don't worry. So that means I just want to say that when we define unemployment in economic terms, or as per the definition of economics, it is nothing but a condition. What type of condition? That a condition in which the individual is able to do work, means individual has the skills, required skills to do work. At the same time, individual is having the willingness, that means ready to work, actively searching the work, okay, but still do not find that job. That is nothing but unemployment. That means we are not going to include that those pupils or those individuals under the unemployment who is not actively searching job. That means they are not ready to do work at prevailing prices or prevailing wages. That means if individuals are not ready to do work at a prevailing basis, then as per economics, those people will not be considered as unemployed. That means the condition is that in order to, that means for the definition of unemployment, the condition is, one is the individual must have skills, and the second condition that individual must be ready to do work at the prevailing basis, but still unable to find job, then only it will be considered as unemployment. Then only it will be considered as unemployment. If individual is not ready to do work at prevailing basis, then he or she will not be considered as unemployed, because that individual is not ready or not looking or not finding the job actively. So the condition is individual must have the skills and must be actively finding job, but still do not gets the job, then only he or she will be considered as unemployed. So that is the thing, and for that there is, I am going to use three words. One is I am going to use three words. One is labor force. Be very clear. Labor force. One is the labor force. Other is unemployed people or unemployed individual. And third is employed individual. Employed individuals. That be the case of unemployed or employed, they are always in respect to labor force. What is the meaning of labor force? Labor force is those pupils, those individuals. Labor force is those individual who is having the required skills, and have the willingness to do work at prevailing basis. But in that condition there can be two type of individual. One is able to find jobs. That means they have the willingness and they have the required skills and they have the willingness to do work at prevailing basis. So that means they are able to find the job. They will be considered as employed. Whereas there can be individuals who is having the skills, and they are ready to do work at prevailing price, but do not find the jobs. They are unemployed. So that means labor force. That means when we are going to add up the employed people and unemployed people, we are going to get labor force. So labor force, that means be the case of employment or be the case of unemployment, it is always calculated in proportion to labor force. That means it is not in respect to total population. Be very clear that be the case of employed or be the case of unemployment, that is being calculated in respect to the labor force. And what is labor force? Labor force is, that means if we are going to add employed people and unemployed people in the society, then we are going to get the labor force in the society. Or we can say that what is labor force? That is employed people or employed individual plus unemployed. So NSO differentiate three type of people. One is the individuals, those who are having the ability to do work and ready to do work at prevailing prices and finds the jobs, that is employed people. Other is that the individuals who has the ability and ready to do work at prevailing basis but do not find jobs, they are nothing but unemployed. They are nothing but unemployed. And that is when we are going to calculate the ratio of this unemployed people in respect to labor force, that is nothing but unemployment or unemployment rate. I think it is making sense. So, two things must be, that means be the case of unemployment or be the case of employment, the two conditions must be fulfilled as per economics, and those two conditions are that individual must have the skills, and second thing, individual must have the willingness to do work at prevailing basis. Then only, and still do not find the job, that is nothing but unemployment, and finds a job, that is nothing but employment. So when we are going to add employed people and unemployed people, that is going to give us the labor force in the society, total labor force in the society. And total labor force is different from total population. So be the case of employment or be the case of unemployment, they are always being calculated in respect to labor force and not in respect to total population. Be very clear. I think it is very clear. Now we are going to proceed further. Okay, so this is about the definition. So what is unemployment? Unemployment is a condition. Unemployment is a condition or situation in which person who is able and willing to do work at prevailing wages, that they have the ability and they have the willingness to do work at prevailing wages but fail to find job, that is nothing but unemployment. And now we are going to proceed further and we are going to discuss the types of unemployment. We are going to focus on types of unemployment. When we talk about the types of unemployment, the unemployment can be discussed unemployment, seasonal unemployment, structural unemployment, cyclical unemployment, technological unemployment. Other is frictional unemployment, other is vulnerable unemployment, other we can say that underemployment, or we can say educated unemployment. We will discuss, don't worry. So we will discuss one by one. We will discuss each type one by one. So first, what is? Be 100% attentive. Okay. So what is? There can be disguised unemployment. What is the meaning of disguised unemployment? How? That means those people or the individual, they are involved in the production process, but their marginal productivity in the production is zero. That means their contribution in respect to production is zero. Then it is considered to be disguised unemployment. And disguised unemployment is always defined in terms of marginal productivity. That what it means we will discuss, don't worry. Marginal productivity or marginal production. Okay, this is technical word, don't worry, I will explain it. So disguised unemployment. What is disguised unemployment? That means individuals looks like that they are involved in the production process, but their contribution in the production is zero. That is the meaning of marginal productivity, that their contribution in the production is zero. They are not contributing anything, any amount. That is the meaning. That's why this is known as disguised unemployment. Suppose this is a field, okay, and it is oftenly found in agriculture sector. That this is that characteristic of our agriculture sector, that there is disguised unemployment in agriculture sector. Please try to understand. This is a field, okay, And on this field, suppose four persons were working, okay, 4 individuals were working, and they were producing 100 quintal of be it wheat, suppose wheat, they were producing 100 quintal of wheat. Okay, so what happened, suppose that means four individuals, they were that means mother father uncle auntie, four family members were working on this field, and they were producing 100 quintal. Okay, suppose they have two children, that family have two children, and they do not find any job, so the farm that a family thought to employ these people in this field only. So that means now total workforce on this field is going to be 6. But what they found out, that after, that means again in the next financial year, the production from this field, the production from this field is just 100 quintal only. That means that there is no contribution by these two extra labor forces. Okay, that means when there was 4 individuals working on that field, they were also producing 100 quintal of food grains. When 6 persons were working on the same field, they were that means producing 100 quintals only. That means they were not producing anything. That means their marginal productivity or their marginal production is 0. That means they are involved in the production process, they are working on this field, but that means the production has not increased, that marginal productivity is 0. So that means that is known as disguised unemployment. There seems to be that they are employed, but they are not employed because they are not contributing anything in the production. That is the disguised unemployment. So what is disguised unemployment? That disguised unemployment is the unemployment under which individual seems to involved in the production process, but their contribution in the or their marginal productivity is 0. Their marginal productivity is 0 means their contribution in the production is 0. That is disguised unemployment. That means these two individuals should be considered as disguised unemployed. That is the meaning. I think it is very clear. Okay, so that means whenever we are going to define disguised unemployment, we have to use that in case of disguised unemployment, the marginal productivity of the labor force is 0 or workforce is 0. Not labor force, workforce. Okay, employed people is known as workforce. Labor force is going to constitute both, that is employed as well as unemployed. So that is the meaning of disguised unemployment. Now we are going to focus another, that is seasonal unemployment. Okay, and this is the characteristic. Disguised unemployment is the characteristic of agriculture sector in India. Now we are going to proceed further and we are going to discuss the another type of unemployment, that is seasonal unemployment. What is the meaning of seasonal unemployment? This is also found out in agriculture sector only. That means in agriculture sector and other sectors as well. Seasonal means in the production that means the production has some seasons. Okay, especially agriculture. Okay, that means there is sowing season and cultivation season of the agriculture. Okay, like this wheat is sowed in November, December, and they are being cultivated in March, April. So that means in November, December or in March, April, there is too much demand for the labor force to be employed in agriculture sector, but and at the same time that means after this November, December and after March, April, that means the pupils who were involved in this agriculture sector, they are considered to be seasonal unemployed because they are not getting any job anywhere. So seasonal unemployment, that because of seasons, okay, that means that in some seasons there is more production. When there is more production, more the economic activity, and when there is more economic activity, the producer is going to make demand for the labor force to be employed. Whenever that business activity is completed, that producer do not need that labor force to be employed, and that is nothing but seasonal unemployment. Seasonal unemployment. That is the meaning of seasonal unemployment, and this is also found generally in agriculture sector. That in agriculture sector there is seasons for the production or economic activities. Sowing season, cultivation season. Okay, like I said that for the wheat production, this November, December is considered to be the sowing season, and March, April is considered to be cultivation season. So that means for the cultivation season and for the sowing season, there is demand of labor force. But that means in January, February, there is no demand. So they are going to be unemployed. That is known as seasonal unemployment. I think it is very clear. Now we are going to focus on structural unemployment. Be very clear. So the keyword here is that structural. Structural means, that means because of lack of skills required in the job market, that individual lack the skills required in the job market or for the job available in the market, that is nothing but structural unemployment. I will give example, don't worry. What is structural unemployment? Structural unemployment is because of lack of skills. Because of lack of skills, the individual do not have skills to be required to avail the job opportunity. That's why that individual is going to be unemployed. That type of unemployment is known as structural unemployment. That type of unemployment is known as structural unemployment. Suppose that take example that suppose I am not having too much skills. Suppose that I do not have a skills to do work on digital or smart board, okay, smart panel. I can take classes on a whiteboard and blackboard only. Suppose this is hypothetical, okay, it is not like that. So suppose I can take classes for whiteboard or blackboard only, okay, I cannot run this smart board. So that means I may be having knowledge, but since I cannot use technology, so that the skills required to run this technology, I am lacking in that skills. That's why if I am going to be unskilled, okay, I am going to be unemployed, that is considered to be structural unemployment. That is considered to be structural unemployment. So that means because of the lack of skills, that means the individual do not possess the skills required to avail the job opportunity, and that's why the individual is unemployed. That is known as structural unemployment. Now we are going to proceed further and we are going to discuss the cyclical unemployment. Let me rub it first, then I am going to. Cyclical unemployment. What is the meaning of cyclical unemployment? Cyclical unemployment means that in business activities or in production process, there is business cycles. They are known as boom and recession. That means in any economy and every economy, especially in case of developed economy, that means this is not the case of Indian economy, that Indian economy is very stable, and but in developed countries, in case of developed country, and this is the natural phenomena, that the economic activity or the business that business cycle, okay, that production has the business cycle, and this business cycle is nothing but there is boom, there is recession, okay, there is recession, and there is again boom, and there is again recession. So there is that is known as business cycle, okay. In a production process or in economic activity, it is natural phenomena found out that in the economic activity there will be boom. Boom means, that means there will be too much demand in the economy. That means peoples are making more and more demand. That means there is high economic growth rate. If there is too much demand, the producer will try to do that means match the demand. That means the producer will increase the production, and for increasing the production, producer has to employ more people. So the employment rate is going to increase. That employment rate is going to increase. Producer has to employ more people, so employment rate has to increase, okay. But what happened when there is recession? That means there is slowdown. That means that there is not demand. Demand of the economy or aggregate demand in the economy has reduced. Because of that, the producer will reduce the production. Production will reduce. So that means that producer will reduce the production, and producer will suck out the employed people, and that is nothing but cyclical unemployment. Due to business cycle. Due to business cycle in economic activity, that means when there will be boom in the business cycle, that means there will be high demand. There will be more aggregate demand. Because of that, there will be high rate of employment. When there will be recession, okay, that the producer is going to reduce the production, and because of that, producer will sack out the employed people, and that is nothing but cyclical unemployment. That means this is a cycle, that there will be boom, then there will be recession, then there will be boom, okay, and that type of unemployment is known as cyclical unemployment. And this is the characteristic of the developed country, okay, that like in COVID, okay, COVID time, lot many peoples became unemployed, na, because the production reduced, because there was recession. But this is not the characteristic of Indian economy. That means in Indian economy there is not too much high growth, at the same time there is not too much slowdown, okay. This is the characteristic of the developed country, okay. So cyclical unemployment, that is negligible. We can say that that is negligible in case of Indian economy. I think it is clear. Now we are going to proceed further, and we are going to discuss technological unemployment. Technological unemployment. What is the meaning of technological unemployment? Because of, that means acquisition of technology, or because of involvement of technology, the technology is going to replace the people, or because of that they are going to be unemployed. That is known as technological unemployment. I am going to repeat once again, okay. Technological unemployment, due to adoption of technology, that means technology is going to replace the workforce, and because of advent of technology, new technology, or because of advent of technology, pupils are going to be unemployed. That is known as technological unemployment. Suppose, let me give you an example, then we are going to proceed. And how it is different from structural. How it is different from structural unemployment, we will discuss that thing also. Suppose there is a mat factory, okay, that earlier this mat factory was working that with the labor force. That means they were working, they were making mat with the pupil or with the individuals, labor force. So they were in that employing suppose 10 people or 10 individuals. With the help of 10 individuals, that owner of the mat factory was making some mats, suppose whatever it may be, 100 or 200, whatever it may be, suppose 200. Okay, so what happened? But now the mat that company owner, they introduce and they adopted technology. That means they, rather than labor force, they are going to use machine to make this mats. Okay, and that means only one person is required to run that machine, and they can do the same work. That means this machine can produce 200 mats. So that means, and to run that machine there is only need to have one man or one individual. So that means this machine is going to replace 9 individuals. So that these 9 individuals are going to be unemployed because of advent of this machine, because of advent of this machine, or because of adoption of this machine. Ravi Shankar, current artificial intelligence issue probably the cause for technical unemployment. Yeah, definitely. Okay, that is the technological. Definitely, that is technological unemployment. That is going to replace the individuals. That is the technological unemployment. How structural unemployment is different from technological unemployment? Structural unemployment means you do not have the skills to run this machine. That's why you are going to be unemployed. You do not have the skills required to run the technology or to adopt the technology. That is the meaning of structural. But when that, because of technology, the pupils are going to be unemployed, that is known as technological unemployment. That is known as technological unemployment. So this is difference. Okay, now we are going to proceed further, and we are going to, if there is any doubt, let me know. Is it clear? I think it is very clear, and it should be clear. So the thing is, we are going to frictional unemployment. What is the meaning of frictional unemployment? The meaning of frictional unemployment is that individual is in the that means some job, okay, and he or she is going to search another job, and in between he or she is going to be unemployed or not have any job. That is known as frictional unemployment. Frictional unemployment. Suppose I work in Infosys, and Infosys is far away from my place. So that means suppose I want to work with Wipro, and Wipro is very near to me, and because of other reasons as well, I want to work in a Wipro. So I resigned from Infosys, and I am searching the jobs in Wipro. So that means in between, when I have not joined Wipro and I have resigned from Infosys, that time period, for that time period I am unemployed. That type of unemployment is known as frictional unemployment. That type of unemployment is known as frictional unemployment. Okay, now we are going to proceed further. We are going to discuss the vulnerable unemployment, and this is the most common. That means this is the most common in Indian economy. Vulnerable unemployment is most common in Indian economy. And what is the meaning of vulnerable unemployment? We are going to discuss that. Vulnerable unemployment means the pupils are involved in the unorganized sector, informal sector, and they do not have any contract. They are working on daily basis, and they do not have any contract. So they cannot have any social security, they cannot have employment security, and that type of unemployment is known as vulnerable employment. Vulnerable employment means they are involved in the production process, they are doing the work, but they do not have any security. Why they do not have any security? One thing, they are working in informal sector, and second thing, since they are working in informal sector, so they do not have any contract regarding the work. Okay, that's why they lack the security, that's why they are vulnerable. Okay, although they are employed, but they can be fired anytime. They can be fired anytime. That's why it is known as vulnerable employment. Okay, although they are employed, but their condition is very vulnerable. Why their condition? Because they do not have any contract. They can be fired anytime. They lack social security or job security. That is the meaning of vulnerable employment. Vulnerable employment. Other is, as I said, that underemployment. Underemployment means, what is the meaning of underemployment? Let me rub it, then I am going to. Underemployment is also known as educated unemployment. Underemployment. Underemployment, or this is also known as educated unemployment. What does it mean? It means that the individual who is doing work, that the work profile does not assimilate with the skills individual possess. That means individual is doing work, that means individual possess high skills but doing low skills job. That is known as underemployment or educated unemployment. That means that job profile do not match their skills. Like if PhD holder is doing work of clerk, I am not disrespecting the work profile of clerk. I just want to, okay, my intention is not to disrespect any job or any job profile. I just want to mention that this is the case. I just want to give you an example that PhD holder is doing the job of clerk or peon. And that is very frequently seen in case of Indian economy. Okay, that type of unemployment is known as educated unemployment, and that type of employment is known as underemployment. Okay, so underemployment means the individuals are doing job, what skills they possess far below those skills, or far below those that knowledge. That is known as educated unemployment or underemployment. I think it is very clear. Now we are going to proceed further and we are going to discuss that causes of unemployment in India. Okay, what are the causes of unemployment in India? We are going to focus on that. We have time, we have lot many time, don't worry. So that thing is, when we talk about the causes, please try to understand, there should be, when we talk about the causes of unemployment, those causes can be categorized under two categories. One is known as social cause. There is some social causes for unemployment, and there is economic structure or economic structure regions or causes. Okay, social causes or economic structure. Okay, social causes means we can say that joint family structure. Joint family structure. Joint family structure in Indian society, although now this is that reducing, joint family structure is reducing, but still in case of Indian society there is joint family structure. So that means one person is earning and other are that means enjoying on that. They are not, okay, they are not bothered about, for the employment. Okay, that means they do not work. Okay, so that is the case of joint family. One is can be the reason of joint family, other can be in this social cause only. That means too much affiliation for government jobs in search of social security. Okay, that means there is a social prestige attached to the government jobs. Okay, so that means in case of Indian society, that means the individuals or the that individuals are having more affiliation towards government jobs. Okay, and there is government has the limit to provide jobs, and it is because of social prestige attached to the government jobs, and this is in our structure. Okay, that is known as social causes. So one is joint family structure. Because of joint family structure, those people do not that means face the burden of to be unemployed. Other is that affiliation towards the government jobs because of social prestige. Okay, other can be, we can say that that means non-movability, that means labor force is not movable. Okay, non-movability, in search of job or for new jobs because of their that means social, that means family issues, this issue, that issue. Their labor force is not intend to move from there, that means city or village, whatever it may be. Okay, so that can also be. Other can be social security, that the government is running the social security programs. Okay, because of that also. Okay, so that provides them that means more time to search job and not to do work on the prevailing basis. Okay, so that is the case of social causes. And when we talk about the economic causes, we can say that we can say that lack of skill development. The pupils do not have the skills, required skills. Other is education system. Other way we can say that dominance of agriculture. We can say that there is dominance in case of Indian economy, although contribution of agriculture sector is almost 16% or 17%, but that means 60% population is dependent on agriculture for their employment. That means they are contributing in the economy only 16%, and their dependence is 60%. That means how much disguised unemployment? There is almost 60 minus 16, that is 44%. 44% disguised unemployment in agriculture sector. Okay, so that means, and there is dominance of agriculture sector. That means more pupils are working in agriculture sector, and there is disguised unemployment. So that economic regions, we can say that one is, we can say that skill, lack of skill. Other we can say that education system. Third we can say that fall of cottage and small industries. That way cottage and small industries, with the help of cottage industries, artisans were making the products, and now because there is fall of the cottage industries and small industries, they have become unemployed. That's why government in the initiative government is promoting MSMEs, labor intensive. Okay, that's why we have high economic growth rate but with high unemployment rate. Okay, so the thing is, what is going to be, first is going to be the skills, lack of skills, second education system, third we can say that fall of cottage and village industries, the fifth we can say that dependence on agriculture sector, other we can say that technological advancement. Okay, other we can say that informal sector dominance, as I said that economic growth, the nature of economic growth has become such that there is more job opportunity in the informal sector, that is known as gig economy. Okay, we will discuss when we will discuss it in detail. Okay, and because of that there is dominance of the informal sector. So these are the major reasons of unemployment in India. They are the major regions of unemployment. So we can divide the regions under the social regions and economic regions. Okay, social regions we can say that family structure, that is joint family structure. We can say that other we can say that immovability. Third we can say that social security. Okay, other we can say that, and when we talk about the economic regions, we can say that lack of skill, education system, fall of cottage and village industry, that is fall of small scale and medium enterprises as well. Other we can say that dominance of agriculture sector, that's why there is disguised unemployment. Other we can say that dominance of informal sector, that business cycle or the production is such that the economic opportunities or the employment opportunity is such that they are more in the informal sector. The nature is such that. Okay, so and technological advancement, now we are producing more and more things with that machines rather than labor. So that's why there is unemployment. Now we are going to discuss that how it affects. Okay, how unemployment affects to the people. Okay, so each and everybody know this thing. Okay, these are very common. So that means there is financial difficulties. Okay, if you don't have the money, how will you survive? Okay, other is it reduce the purchasing power. That means if it reduce the purchasing power, people are unemployed, it reduce the purchasing power. If it reduce the purchasing power, it reduce the aggregate demand. If it reduce the aggregate demand, it reduce the production. The producer is going to reduce the production. When the production is going to reduce, it is going to reduce the economic growth. There may be slowdown. Economic growth is not only economic growth is going to reduce, but also here because of reduction in production, that means the employer is going to sack out the employee. So employment rate is going to further decrease. Okay, so that means unemployment is reason for reduced purchasing power, and further that is nothing but that is known as vicious cycle. So other is social stigma and psychological impact. Other is we discussed yesterday, because of this there is inequality increase. There is increase in inequality. 20% richest people are earning 44. Okay, and poorest 8.1% only. Okay, that is the scenario in Indian economy. That is going to increase the inequality further. Okay, again there is brain drain. Okay, so that means if the skilled people are not able to get the jobs, they are going to find out the jobs in foreign country. That means, and it has happened in past. Okay, there is social unrest. Okay, that means the unemployed people may involve in the anti-social activities. Okay, there may be social unrest and there can be economic burden. Okay, so these are the major that means consequences. Now we are going to discuss that what measures government has taken, in order to reduce the unemployment, or we can say that whatever government is doing, it is doing for the welfare, and welfare means for reducing the poverty, and poverty can be reduced by increasing the unemployment, by increasing the employment, sorry, by increasing the employment, poverty can be reduced. So that means the basic purpose of the government is just to have the welfare society, and welfare society can be established by reducing the disparity, and disparity can be reduced by reducing the poverty, and poverty can be reduced by having more employment, and by making people more employed. Okay, so that means whatever government is doing, we can say that all are connected to the employment only, or these are that means government initiative to remove the unemployment. But here we can mention some schemes. Okay, one is smile scheme. Okay, government is running, that is support for the marginalized individual for livelihood and enterprise. Other we can say that PM Daksh Yojana. Okay, that means Pradhan Mantri Dakshata and Kaushal Sampan Hitgrahi. That is the that means scheme run by government. Other is Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Act. It is very famous. Other is Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana. Government is running. Okay, to have the skills, to develop the skills. Other is government is running a Startup India scheme. Okay, under that government is giving the loans to start their business. Okay, so not to just search of employment, but they can become the employer. Sorry, Rozgar Mela, government is running the Rozgar Mela as well. Okay, there is Atma Bharat Rozgar Yojana. Okay, that means under that government has given the Atma Bharat. That means government is running the Atmanirbhar Bharat. Atmanirbhar Bharat. Under that government has pumped out lot many money in the society, in the economy. Okay, and that is nothing but Atma Bharat Rozgar Yojana. That means government is also running Garib Kalyan Yojana Abhiyan. At the same time, government is also running PM Gat Shakti. That means it is the scheme for running the physical infrastructure. When that means government is through this scheme, government is going to develop the physical infrastructure. So that means to develop the physical infrastructure, government has to employ the labor force. So employment will increase. When employment will increase, purchasing power of people will increase. When purchasing power will increase, it will increase the aggregate demand. When aggregate demand will increase, it will increase the production. When the production will increase, it will lead to economic growth. Economic growth. Okay, so that means under the PM Gat Shakti, that means government is taking initiative. Okay, that is national infrastructure pipeline, also another scheme that is especially for physical infrastructure, to develop physical infrastructure. And to develop the physical infrastructure, government is going to involve the unskilled labor force, that is going to increase their employment. So purchasing power means aggregate demand means production means economic growth, and economic growth means employment as well. Okay, so that is the and other is national pipeline infrastructure. That means under this also that means government is doing the infrastructure development, and same logic. Okay, so that is the about the government initiative. Now we can discuss that what government we should have to do in addition to that. That means we should have to do the that means there should be, and government is doing already all these things. Okay, but still we can mention that what other we can do. We can have the government can provide special packages for the labor intensive industries. Labor intensive industries means promotion to the MSMEs, and government is giving them. Okay, that's why we that means revise the definition of MSMEs as well. Okay, so that means a special package for the labor intensive industries. What it means? That means government will provide the package so that labor intensive industry means MSMEs. Okay, and MSMEs do work with the labor force. So when they will work for labor force, that employment rate will increase. Okay, so there should be that means support to the labor intensive. Okay, especially that we can say that footwear industries. Okay, we can say that leather industries, etc. Okay, that is labor intensive. Okay, focus on resource based development, that means skill development, and we are already doing. Proper implementation of new education policy. Earlier we were having the education policy which was not supposed to, that means in consonance with the skills. Okay, now we come with the new education policy which is supposed to provide skills which is required in the job market. So there should be proper implementation of new education policy. Okay, there should be removal of social barrier for the participation of women participation in labor force, that due to social stigma women's participation in labor force is very low. Okay, so that there is need to remove that social stigma so that the participation of women can be increased. Okay, greater public investment, we already discussed. National pipeline infrastructure, and we are PM Gati Shakti Yojana, we are doing that thing. So greater public investment, so how it is going to increase, we discussed already. Proper implementation of government employment scheme, that means there should be proper implementation, be the case of Manrega, or be the case of Kaushal Vikas Yojana, or be the case of PM that Atmanirbhar Bharat Yojana, whatever it may be, there should be proper implementation of government schemes. And other initiative, we can say that need for national employment policy. There should be that employment policy, national employment policy at national level. Okay, so which is lacking, there is no national employment policy in India. So there can be national employment policy in order to increase employment rate in India. And this is all our today's session. Today we finish here only. If there is any doubt, let me know. And to get the PDF of this lecture, and just to get the news, daily news related to economy, current affair news, just join my Telegram. Okay, I forgot to that means mention here. I am going to join my Telegram link, that is Pradeep. Just search it, Pradeep sir textbook. Just search the Pradeep sir textbook and join it. You will get the PDF of all the lectures, recording of all the lectures, not only PDF and recording, but also you will get the MCQs there. You will also get the mains question there. You will also get the daily current affair news and analysis of that news. So you will get lot many things there. So just join it. Join my Telegram ID, that is Pradeep sir textbook, and you will have the holistic understanding of economic issues. Okay, just join it and you will get it. Okay, so I will request you people to join my Telegram ID, Pradeep sir textbook. Search Pradeep sir textbook and join it. And if there is any doubt, let me know. Otherwise, we are going to finish it. Is there any doubt? Can we finish it? We finish it. Thank you very much, dears. Thanks a lot. And don't forget that we are running. My dears, don't forget that we are running. That means specials, special offer for students who are going to appear for 2025. That we are going to launch a batch from 2nd January. Okay, and in this batch we are giving huge discount. And huge discount, that cost of the course is 1,99,999, but we are providing just in 6,900,279. So we are giving huge. So whosoever is serious student, they can join it, they can avail this discount. Thank you very much, dears. Thanks a lot. We stop here. Thank you very much, dears. Thanks a lot.